Here in Accra, Ghana. Good morning. Welcome to GH Today here on GHOne Television. We apologize for the late start of the program, but today is May Day, the 1st of May 2025. I'm very excited, and I hope you are too, because today is not just the beginning of one of the best, in fact, the best month of the year. It is also the day that we get to celebrate workers. We get to appreciate the contribution of workers to our economy and beyond. I mean, we all go to school. We all aspire to be someone in future. And when we grow, we start working. And so we need to celebrate ourselves. And this morning, I want to say I echo to all the gallant workers of Ghana, those working in the boardrooms, those working on the streets, those working in the farms, those working in all the various sectors, from engineering to agriculture, to science, to medicine, to journalism. My colleagues in the Inky fraternity, it's a good day to celebrate how far the Lord has brought us. It's a good day to also reflect on the plight and the state of what we do here in Ghana as compared to other parts of the world. So yes, we have what? Nurses are embarking on some exodus out of the country, basically to seek greener pasture elsewhere, also to get to experience a better form of service. Because you see, some of the doctors, like yesterday I engaged the health minister on that, some of the workers do not necessarily leave because of the economic situation, even though we can say that a greater proportion of them leave because of the economic situation. But one of the things that is also identified is that some do not get to be their best self because we do not have all the equipment, especially in all the things that we need to do here. So we have a situation where they are leaving the country because they want to have places where they will get the best of equipment, challenge themselves also in the jobs they do. And so this morning, I want you to look at yourself in the mirror, look at the job you're doing, and say to yourself, you are doing well. Sometimes you don't need someone to pat you on the back. Pat yourself on the back and tell yourself you are doing well. So happy May Day, happy Workers' Day to all workers here in Ghana. But let's bring you the quote of the day. So this is from Vince Lombardi. He says, perfection is not attainable, but if we chase perfection, we can catch excellence. Perfection is not attainable, but if we chase perfection, we can catch excellence. And that's from Vince Lombardi, giving us the quote of the day. You know, it said that if you aim for the skies and you shoot and miss, you still fall with this. If you aim for the stars, you can still fall in the skies. And so, yes, perfection might not be attainable, but then as you keep chasing it, there are good things along the journey that you'll be able to embrace. So let's bring you the word of the day.
Today's word is UNNERVE, unnerve. It's a verb. Unnerve means to make someone feel less confident and slightly frightened. Let's exemplify it. The former finance minister's status as a fugitive seems to have unnerved many party supporters. Unnerve.
Unnerve. Hey, teacher Nurin, I beg, take it easy on us. But that's our word of the day. Every day we also make sure that you get to learn something new, add to your vocabulary, improve upon your grammar. And so, yes, the word of the day, unnerve. Let the R be heard in there. Let's bring you the video of the day. Remember, today is May Day, and so we are celebrating all of us, especially the workers here at EIB Network. Let's bring you the video of the day. plight here. Hustling every day from morning till evening, trying to make something. And then the question is, at the end of the day, where the money day? People are working for the money, but are unable to find money. I remember that at a point in time, we're told that certain jobs, you need to do it with passion. If you do not have the passion, you clearly would not be able to do those jobs. And now those who had the passion, once money doesn't come, it looks like the passion is also waning. But this morning, we are saying Ayeko to all Ghanaian workers. And shortly, we're going to activate the phone lines. Now, this is what I want you to do for me this morning. Call me and talk to me about your job and whether or not you're finding fulfillment in the job you are doing. I'm just curious. I want to know. So if you're a medical doctor, if you're a teacher, if you're a nurse, you're a journalist, if you're a carpenter, a mason, I just want you to call me this morning and let me know, as we're celebrating Ghanaian workers, whether you're finding fulfillment and what it will take for you to be fulfilled in that job. I know some of us, grew up not wanting to do what we are doing now because we had aspirations. We wanted to do certain things. Unfortunately, or fortunately, I should say in some cases, we find ourselves doing something different. I know people who wanted to be pilots, and today they are sitting on your television screen, smiling at you and asking you to call and tell why and whether or not you're finding fulfillment in your job and what it will take for you to be fulfilled. We're basically trying to celebrate ourselves, but also it's a moment of introspection to get to basically know what we also need to do. So the phone lines are on your screens now. My first caller is on the line. Hello there, good morning. Your name and where you're calling from?
My name is Bismarck.
Bismarck, where are you calling me from this morning?
I'm calling from Afiagove in the Central Town District of the Volta region.
Right. That's my region as well. So tell me, what work do you do, and do you find fulfillment in the work you do?
Well, currently I am an MC, medicine counter assistant.
Right.
And I've been doing this since I completed SHS.
Wow.
5 years ago.
Mm.
So yeah, I've been doing this job since 2021. So.
But is that what you've always wanted to do?
Initially, this is not what I wanted to do.
Right.
At the moment, there is no job and there is no money to continue my education after I completed SHS.
Mm.
So this is what I'm managing, and I'm okay with it. I like it. I want to take it. When I grow up, I want to take it as something that I will do in the future.
Wow, I'm happy for you. I'm happy for you, my brother. And keep doing what you're doing. God bless you so much. And then we wish you all the best in the job. Thank you so much for calling. You can also call me. The phone lines are on your screen. Pick any of them, put in the call, and let's have a conversation on the work you do. And I would also I think the other thing that I want to find out is whether or not, if you get the opportunity to jackpot, you will jackpot or stay and do the job you are doing. We have another call on the line. Hello there, good morning. Your name and where you're calling from?
Okay. My name is Eric.
Right.
Calling from Dobro.
From Dobro?
Yeah.
In Sawam Dobro or Ikan Dobro?
In Sawam Dobro.
Aha. Charlie, your road is bad though. So, Eric, what work do you do currently?
Okay. I'm a plumber.
Okay. Is that what you've always wanted to do?
No. Growing up, I wanted to become a lawyer.
Hey!
Because I'm somebody who likes reading a lot.
Wow.
Yeah, but along the line. But I've been able to graduate. I have my first degree in IT.
Mm.
But plumbing is what I find myself doing currently.
Right. And are you enjoying it?
Yeah, I love it. But as long as it's bringing money, I think I'm coping with it.
Okay. So if you get the opportunity to leave the country or stay and do what you're doing, which one would you choose?
Oh, yeah, I would like to leave.
Hey, Charlie, if all of you leave, who will stay in Ghana? We are building Ghana.
Yeah, but, to leave and then maybe go and work for some number of years and return.
And then you come back, eh? Eric, I don't trust you. Anyways, Eric, do have a fantastic holiday. Make sure that you ease down and have some good time. Thank you so much for calling, Eric, from Dobro, joining us with his thoughts as well. And their road is terrible. In fact, I say my road is horrible, but theirs is so bad. And so we're calling on government to speed up works on that. So we have a next caller on the line. Hello there, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
How are you doing, sir?
I'm doing well, sir. Are you?
I'm doing okay. I mean, what's your name and where you're calling from, please?
Okay, so this is Mohammed, and I'm calling you from Wa Airport region.
Oh, how is Wa doing this morning, Mohammed?
Oh, Wa is very fine, and it's a wet, heavy morning, so we are okay.
Oh, really? It's raining?
Yes.
Amazing.
Exactly.
It's been a long time I came to Wa. I should come to Wa one of these days.
You are most welcome, sir.
All right, Mohammed, so talk to me. What work do you do currently?
Okay, so I'm a teacher working under the GHOne Education Service.
Okay. Is that what you've always wanted to do?
No. Growing up, my dad looked at me and saw the potential in me and gave me the name Dr. Silas.
Oh, Doctor.
Yeah, so I wanted to actually be a medical doctor.
Oh, okay. And what happened?
Yeah. So the issue was in senior high school, I was made to do a different course, which is not science. I was made to do general art.
Oh, okay.
And I tried to change the course, I couldn't, so it just ended up diverting my course.
Right. But as it stands now, do you enjoy teaching?
Yes, with passion, yes. But in terms of welfare, no, sadly.
So the passion is there, but then the remuneration does not support it.
Exactly, sir, exactly.
So if you get the opportunity...
In the GHOne Education Service, for instance, I will just set myself as an example. Having completed my further studies in 2022, I have been following promotion or upgrading up to now for the past 3 years.
Wow.
This is the situation with some of my colleagues. I'm working in the rural area, I live in Wa, but I'm working under Wa West. So I travel 21 kilometers every day.
You're kidding me.
I'm telling you. And my bike I keep repairing my bikes, changing my bikes here and there. Rural allowances have been mentioned, yet nothing is happening about it.
Oh.
Apart from that, the teachers' welfare in terms of housing, rent, in terms of housing, in terms of everything is being neglected. And to make matters worse, the payment for teachers, we all know in this country, is not that encouraging compared to other workers.
Right. Meanwhile, it takes the teacher to make any other person become whoever he or she wants to be.
Exactly, and we actually do it with passion.
Right.
Yes, we actually do it with passion. Sometimes when you get into the classroom, you have to throw all these things aside and just focus yourself that you are doing the work of God and help the children to grow and become good people tomorrow.
Well,
other than that, it's not easy.
Right, Mohammed, thank you so much. And we wish you all the best, my brother. Keep doing what you do for Mother Ghana. Our next caller is on the line. Hello there, good morning.
Good morning.
How are you doing, sir?
I'm doing good. My friend, what's your name? My name is Fawin E.
Your name is?
Fawin E.
Okay. Where are you calling me from this morning?
I'm calling you from Osu.
Osu, okay, just here. So talk to me. Can you still hear me? Are you still on the line?
I'm on the
line. Okay. So talk to me. What work do you currently do?
I'm from logistics and supply chain specialist.
Okay. And do you enjoy it?
Oh, yes, I do. I enjoy my job. Yeah, I do enjoy my job. Yeah.
Right. And is that what you've always wanted to do, growing up?
Actually, no. When I was growing up, I'm a Nigerian.
Yes.
When I was growing up, I wanted to become a medical doctor.
Right.
Then the crisis came in, the crisis, the civil war in my country. And I later on became an accountant. I did my first degree in accountancy. But then I started working for Kodjo, and I saw that other guys were making good money in the logistics sector. I kind of on that side.
So you were motivated by the fact that people were making some good money in logistics supplying, eh?
Yeah. So I'm like, okay. See my GHOne guys, I'm in the office as a senior account manager.
Right.
But the GHOne guys are, they spend all the money, they always have money, and you, the senior guy in the office, and the senior guy, but you don't have money. I said,
right.
So my point, what are you doing? I did logistics. I said, okay. So I traveled to the US and I did my MBA.
Right.
Logistics management, and I worked for Mensah. You have Mensah here. So I was the manager for logistics for Liberia and Sierra Leone for Mensah.
Oh, okay. Then you're a big man.
I little resigned. I work for myself now.
Okay.
Yeah, I work for myself now.
Fantastic.
I have my own logistics supply chain company.
Right.
Yeah.
All right, my brother.
So,
thank you so much for calling. And,
no, but thank you. I wish you all the best, man. Thank you for all
too.
that you're doing. And I'd like to take this time. I'm married a Ghanaian woman, so
right.
I'm your in-law.
You are in-law.
So I'm here to say I want to take this time and send a shout out to all Ghanaians. Doing what you're doing, keep focusing, look up, like the word of the day this morning.
Yes.
Even though perfection is not possible, we can get excellent. Let's start pushing for it. Let's make Africa a better place.
Right.
Thank you so much.
Thank you too, our in-law from Liberia. Well, hello there. Good morning. Your name and where you're calling from, please. Hello. Okay. Well, so the numbers are on your screens. You can pick any of them, and let's have a conversation. Today, the show is yours, and so you get to talk to me about what you do, whether you're enjoying it. And I've shared my story. I mean, growing up, I wanted to be a pilot. Pilot Kodjo Mensah, so that I can fly, because anytime I saw the pilots dressed, I'm like, this is so nice. And the fact that they get to travel to different countries for free. I mean, I want to travel. So yes, I wanted to be a pilot. I did science, and everything. But yeah, here I am. And I'm glad. I'm glad it turned out this way, though. We have a next call on the line. Hello there, good morning. Your name and where you're calling from?
From Supplement.
Your name, please?
Anan calling from Supplement.
Anan from Supplement. Charlie, your road is not used. Your road is bad, eh?
Oh, Charlie. We did pray.
I understand.
Our particular, let me use this opportunity to send a greetings and wish our MP for Masama constituency, Honorable Sadam Afeyo. You see, he's the nice man to extend that even if he don't know you and he meets you, the way this man will talk to you. It's one MP that he can give his number to you at any time. You call him or you contact him at any time, he will respond to your call. So God bless him as well.
Okay. So
and me too. My kid time, I was a footballer.
Okay.
And my aim was I wanted to play for any of our city service football team. That was my main aim.
Right.
As I was going to secondary school, that was my mind. But very unfortunate. We didn't pass there, but yes, we are living. And my brother, I wish all the workers' union happy Workers' Day. And you know what? This one there, it's my humble plea to our president to do something for us all. You know, those people who are cleaners at our hospitals. I have done some before, but now I'm a driver, so I'm doing my own business. Right. I worked for hospitals for about 6-7 years. And you know what? Some of them have worked close to 30 years. And their salary is not even up to 2,000.
Wow.
Matter, if you go to any hospital, any clinic over there will tell you, they borrowed at the end of the month. So most of them, when they come home, they can't even go home. At night that they should go home and actually be with their family or whatever. They will be at because if you didn't get money, particular when the month clock like 15 going, they can't get money to go home. Right. And they will come to work. They're supposed to start work around 5:30 and work by 7:30. Yes, by 7:30 that the nurses and the most of the staff will be available to work. The place is supposed to be cleaned. And their salary, Master, you cry.
As for salaries and compensations in Ghana, it's challenging. It's challenging.
And you know what?
Mm-hmm.
You know what? A big or a senior staff at the hospital was sick. The medicine, the hospital can get him the medicine he needs. By those people, when they say, the hospital will tell them, this para 5 sleeps and 8 sleeps medicine, they will provide. But more than 8 sleeps, 10 sleeps, the hospital takes for them. So you sometimes see them holding their medical prescription and walking around. You will not get. So we beg the president, they should see those people. Well, if the hospital, you remember recently the summary own. I swear you now go there and see, the cleaners there are in fire. Because they will tell them that they didn't clean it. So you can go there after that incident has happened for a week or 2 weeks, and you go there and see how the cleaner there will be suffering.
Right.
So we beg the president and the Ministry of State, they should do something about it for the cleaners at the hospital.
Charlie,
thank you.
Anand, thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So that's Anand sharing his thoughts with us. He wanted to be a footballer, and now he's a driver. Well, we have another call on the line. Hello there. Good morning. Your name and where you're calling from.
Good morning. My name is Simon, calling from Sunyane, Bon region.
Right. Hi, Sunyane, this morning.
Yeah. Please, I'm a teacher.
Okay.
And I wish all workers in Ghana and the whole world a happy Workers' Day.
Right. Is that what you've always wanted to be, to teach?
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
Wow.
Yes.
So you are one of those people that in primary school, when they ask, who wants to be a teacher, then only you raise your hand.
Yes. I teach in the primary school.
Right.
I've taught for about 4 years now.
Wow.
And I have passion in teaching. By now, the passion is gradually want to move out.
Oh, why? But that's what you wanted to do since childhood. What happened?
Let me tell you one thing.
Talk to me.
When I'm there with my students, I feel happy. Even when you're bored for the day, when you go to class, they try to do something for you to feel happy. They have to live life on that day. That's what I love about students. But for 27th of December, 2024, my school got banned.
Oh.
In Doma, yes, in the Bon region. I have the pictures and the videos on my phone. But up to date now, the school have never get any sponsorship. We take under the tree, we study and teach. So when I'm there, I feel bad. This situation.
Yeah.
You know what is killing me? My class 1 student came to me and said, "Hey, I want to organize a football match with an RC student who's in class 1. I said, okay, you have to do it. And then we organized the friendly match with them. I think the whole community in Doma came around and they were watching they have a joy that the 2 kids are playing football. And the students were using their own school uniform to play this game. I thought, but the school was having those things, the school jerseys, football, books. Another thing now, we don't have anything. Even desks, we went to our previous, our neighbor's school to get desks, and the desks are not enough. Even teachers doesn't have a place to sit. I go to school, we start class at 7:30 and end at 2:30. I'll be standing throughout the whole day. I will stand. Even when you're doing your marking, you have to stand and then mark and hold the books and mark. So I want to use this opportunity and use your channel that if somebody wants to help us, even in a JC form, even in the exercise books, even desks, we don't even have the marker board. We normally have a small marker board that you write on it, and then we show it to the students to copy it. It's tedious for us.
Right.
I can't even send it some pictures and video when WhatsApp me privately.
Right. You know what? You leave your contact details with my producers, and then we'll get back to you on this particular development.
I'll be happy if somebody sponsors us with a little bit of books. Which is most important thing for me, and even marker board. Okay. I'll be very, very. When it rains, we try to close down school. And when the rain starts, we have to close down school.
I can understand your challenge. Right. No, so my producers will take your contact, and then we'll reach out to you after the show and see what can be done and to support that. So you see, he's a teacher who wants to teach, has passion for the teaching, but then the passion is waning because the conditions surrounding the discharge of his duties are impossible as it stands now. But we'll talk about that now. I think we have another caller on the line. Hello there, good morning. Your name and where you're calling from, please.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir. How are you doing?
I'm fine.
Great. Your name, please?
I'm called Gaddafi. I'm calling you from Yendi.
Gaddafi, all the way in Yendi. How is Yendi this morning?
Oh, Yendi is cool.
Nice one, nice one. So talk to me. Gaddafi, what do you do?
Like my brother, he has go off just spoke. I'm also a teacher.
Okay.
I'm also a teacher, and let me use this opportunity to greet my who is Honorable Alasa Abdel Fattah.
Right.
The man is doing a wonderful job here.
Right.
My brother, and happy birthday to all workers in Ghana.
Thank you, Gaddafi. Gaddafi, have you always wanted to be a teacher?
Yes, I think that was what I was wanted to be.
Right.
From my primary one up going, that was what I wanted to be.
Is it rewarding being a teacher in Ghana?
Come again.
Is it rewarding being a teacher?
Actually, we say it's good reward. They normally tell us that our reward is in heaven. So actually, I would say it's good rewarding. Like what the reward that we are all looking at, I would say no, there is no reward in Ghana teaching that one there, and that is fun.
So, are you considering a change in job because it's not rewarding?
Well,
I'm pushing, eh? Hey, Gaddafi, know you are laughing, it's suspicious. So.
In fact, yes, when the opportunity presents itself, definitely one must take it.
Oh.
Yes, definitely. You know, there are some lucrative jobs more than the teaching profession.
But that is your passion, Gaddafi, it's your passion. You've always wanted to do it.
Yes, I wanted to do it. Like that my brother who just went off said. The conditions around in which you work, even if the reward is not there, you understand? But looking at the condition and the children that you are bringing up, the passion will keep you in the service or in the job.
Right, I get you. I get you.
But I think the problem that he's just complaining about is not only at his school. I think it goes across the whole country.
Right.
Let me use this opportunity to also bring the attention of the duty bearers of the country. They should look at the furniture issue of the schools.
Sure.
I'm telling you, this for me, when I was kid, I used to know it to be in the rural area. But when you go to the cities and the town schools, I think all the schools, they have problems relating to the furniture issue. You go to a school from basic 1 to basic 6, and all the classes, the children will be sitting down writing. There are no adequate textbooks, no teaching and learning materials. Like you just said, up to now, in the 21st century, 2025, there are some schools, they still write on blackboard. With all these things, how do you expect the teacher to deliver?
So the challenges are there. The conditions of service are not helping. The state of those. I understand you. I understand you because my big brother, my older brother, he's also a teacher in the central region, and he raises these concerns as well. So I get exactly what you're saying. But Gaddafi, thank you so much, and happy May Day to you. You're doing so well, and we appreciate you as well as we do all Ghanaian workers. So thank you so much. In fact, I wish we could do this every morning where you get to talk to me about a topic, and this has been very interesting. That's our take. It's your take, it's my take, and that's what's on your mind this morning. Remember, it's May Day, and so the programming we'll try not to make sure that we do not veer into the politics. Actually, are we not all tired? Because yesterday, the press conference by Dr. Dominic Ayeni, the Attorney General, was explosive, to say the least. But today we are focusing on us, we the workers. Today is our day, you understand. And so we are celebrating all Ghanaian workers. And Zita Okwan and her mom, you are watching me, Nungwa. Happy May Day to you. Please enjoy. Bazit, I don't know why you're home. Go to work. You are supposed to be at work. Your work does not give you holiday. So happy May Day to all of you. Happy Workers' Day. We pray that in the coming days, in the coming months and years, the conditions improve. Situations get better so that you and I can get our reward here on earth before we go and take the one in heaven. And please, let's stop telling teachers that their reward is in heaven. They need to be taken care of here on earth. Because when a teacher is well taken, it's just like a prophet. When the prophet is filled, the prophet will prophesy. When the teacher is hungry, imagine what the teacher will be teaching your child at school. And so we need to really celebrate ourselves. And so that's it for Inside Out this morning. When you hear that, you know that it's time for the man who is outside to come inside and give us the latest updates in the world of sports. Jones.
Senior man.
ADZ.
Yeah. Today be for the boys. So today we do some PG styles and sometimes.
I get that.
Yeah. I don't want to make you ask me, say what I wanted to be. Make I tell you.
Oh no, because I'm very curious.
Yeah.
Because I'm not sure you wanted to be a sports journalist.
No. I mean, later.
So
initially.
The time you did primary then.
Yes.
Jones Aji. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
What do you want to become in future?
Yeah. So initially, now then they call me Pastor Jones.
Ha.
So Charlie, Kabo Shede, Labayato Shede.
It's okay.
See,
relax.
So
what happened?
Quiz. Champion.
Okay.
Global Evangelical Church. That's where I was. Yeah. So I was church champion.
Okay.
Then we went to the zonal champion, regional champion, presbytery champion. Then we came to Accra, Kotobabi. I became a champion. So you could see that it was just aligning.
So at what point did the devil get a hold on your life?
What do you mean? So you know, then it got to a point. I stayed with my grandma.
Right.
So I listened to yes. She's passed on. We buried her last year. She has a radio, and we didn't have a TV where we were staying in Ho at that time.
Right.
And because of her radio, I listened to GBC a lot. So every morning, the 6 o'clock news. I literally knew all the news, the anchors.
The anchors.
Yes. So it was then I found sports. My uncle loved listening to radio on Sundays on GBC. So that was where the sports thing started. Right. Then I took it from him and went beyond him. So after Sundays, on Monday morning, I'll switch to all the other radio stations and listen. My grandma's problem with me was that when I switch, I don't bring it back to Butastar. She loved Butastar because So
you troubled the old.
Yes, I troubled her. Yeah. Jones, make I gadolin more.
Mama Yellow.
Yeah. And I mean, from there, I realized that this was so cool.
Yes.
So the sports developed for me.
Oh, okay.
I would go buy 60 Minutes newspaper. For those who remember sports, if you follow sports for a very long time, you know that there was 60 Minutes.
Newspaper.
And 90 minutes actually. 90 minutes.
So you were not buying the other ones? The ones that start with E and there's one that start with E. You didn't buy those ones?
Come on, no.
You were buying sports.
I was a church boy.
Right.
I was a church boy.
So Jones.
Yeah. So from there.
But still, you can be a pastor.
Oh yes. No. Wait. Let me finish the story.
Okay.
So the GHOne happened and all that happened. Now, you ask me if I very soon.
Yes.
Yeah, you will come to my ordination.
My goodness.
I'm
happy. I'll be so happy.
Listen, the word of the Lord.
You know what? So we are not doing. So Jones, so you're still pursuing the pastoral aspect. Pastor Jones.
On a more serious note.
No, look into your camera.
On a more serious note, the work of the Lord cannot stop, even regardless of what we do.
My goodness.
So we can still be a pastor. And
you can still, or you will.
I'm a pastor. I'm preaching the word of the Lord. Matthew 28 verse 19. Go therefore and make disciples of all nations, baptizing them in the name of God the Father, the Son, and of the Holy Spirit.
Hey.
I am Jones ADZI, and this is the word of the Lord.
And you go outside. Come on, talk to me about the other calling.
Yes. So, UEFA Champions League happened yesterday. Barcelona were at home. You see, yesterday, Barcelona fans were talking. And then I told you on Tuesday that Enye Kasa had gone over form. And guess what? Right. The Inter boys from Italy came with a different plan. And let's get to watch highlights of that. That game ended 3-3. Yes, Inter Milan held Barcelona to a 3-3 draw yesterday.
Entre le FC Barcelone et l'Inter. Première manche.
Against Atletico Bilbao. So we're going to see Inaki Williams and his brother Nico in action there. So there you have the fixtures for tonight. We'll see Tottenham Hotspur up against Bodo Glimt at exactly 7 p.m. So the times are actually 7 p.m. And then Athletic Club would be in Spain at the Bilbao Stadium and face Manchester United. We are hoping that the United can do something for us. Yes, Ramo. Why? Let's go to Chelsea. The Blues. Yes, they will also be in the Conference League semi-final tonight, up against the likes of GHOne. Yes, so GHOne would face Chelsea, would host Chelsea. Actually, they are a Swedish side. Then we'll see Real Betis, where Manchester United rejects Anthony. Is trying to find his feet. Yes, would face Fiorentina. So 2 former United players would be in action. Anthony taking on David De Gea, former United goalkeeper, in there. All right, let's come back home. And do National Sports Authority, the NSA. So, Josh, the NSA boss is our own journalist, Mr. GHOne for Ankara, yes. And he took office in March. And then when he got there, he said, I think that these guys are working, because a lot of negatives always come from the NSA. We don't get to see the positives.
Right.
So yesterday at the staff debate, he decided that he was going to honor a hard-working staff. So he's initiated a staff of the month policy at the NSA.
Wow.
And we understand that it is going to linger on for a very long time. And he's also hoping to pass it down to the regional authorities. So the NSA office in the Volta region and all that.
They also pick it up.
Yes, they also pick it up, and then we'll see. So one, Mr. Kweku Bimpong, yes, was honored as the worker of the month from the National Sports Authority.
Staff of the month is something very common in many organizations and institutions. In football, we have player of the month, coach of the month. So in an institution like the NSA, having a work of the month is long overdue. And also the concentration on negative, as negative as it is or it was, it reminds you that we need to choose what we put out there, especially when it's not true. So what is true is that I've come to meet a lot of hardworking young men and women, senior men and women as well, and I'm just showing respect to them. They've shown me a lot of respect in the first month. I hope it continues, and I'm just showing them respect and acknowledging the work that they're doing. So it will continue in all regions where NSA is operating. So this is the first of many. I think it's long overdue.
So, Mr. GHOne for Ankara, we hope that it continues and then we get some good things. Right, it's a holiday. Let's end off on a lighter note. You know the Basintale boy. You know him? Yes, sir. So I caught up with him. We do this 10 over 10 thing, sports trivia, where we put you to some soft questions. This one is not hard to talk. It's not hard to talk on GHOne. This one is soft sports questions. And then he revealed that his favorite player is, let's get towards Malik Basintale.
Sports star would you love to have dinner with, and why?
The sports stars locally, I like Suleiman Tare. Yes.
What moment of the Black Stars would you never forget?
The penalty Asamajan missed.
Obviously. All right. If you could switch lives with any athlete for a day, who would it be and why?
If I could switch
lives with any athlete, who would it be and why?
Life. Yeah. So I take his life and live like him and live like me. Maybe locally, John Mensah.
Okay, Messi or Ronaldo?
Messi or Ronaldo? Ronaldo.
Okay. Which player is your favorite Black Stars player of all time?
Of all time, from inception till now, Tevin Appiah.
Do you have a secret talent for any sport?
I mean, I play football, very good football, yes.
Which local club do you support?
RTU.
Okay. If you could attend any sporting event in the world, what would it be and who would you take with you?
Olympics.
Okay.
The Olympics, I like Olympics because I like athletes. I'll go with maybe Sadiq Adams.
Okay. Lastly, you have a chance to run the commentary. Ghana is playing Uruguay and Asamajan has the ball.
Asamajan has the ball. and he's heading towards the post. Samajan always pulls surprises. Let's see, he's passed it on to the DIO. The D has passed on to Jordan. I see Asamoah the 18 waiting for the ball. The ball has been kicked to Samajan. Let's see what he's gonna do. Oh no! Over the bar again. Asamoah better luck. We're sure he'll come back again because Asamoah pulls surprises during the last minutes. After 1-2 misses, we're sure he's going to come back.
You know what? When he posted on social media, the comments were like, "Why the again?" People are saying that he has issues with Asamoah because initially he said the moment you now forget is the penalty miss, and this one too. Just Asamoah has a ball, and again over the bar again.
No, you see, Asamoah is one of the Ghanaian players that a lot of people would not forgive till they die.
Yeah,
Charlie,
that day.
People do not like Suarez.
Yeah.
But then we warmed up and forgave Suarez.
Yeah.
And then we started following him. But Asamoah,
but why can't you just you see the good that he's done over the years, the positive.
See, Jones, wait till you get Wahala in this country.
That one is
see,
true.
people will forget all the good you've done.
Yeah.
And then seeming bad is what now becomes your trademark.
Especially with women.
Oh. Yeah. Osafo Jones, this is Jones, ADZ.
Yeah, we're outside. So, I mean,
what's the plan for today? It's a holiday.
It's a holiday. I'm going to read my Bible. And
you know what? Please put off his microphone. He cannot be telling blatant lies and disrespecting us in Ghana like that. Which Bible do you own one? Jones, please, your time is over.
You're outside.
It's my show. He's outside. All right, so that's it for Sports Chat. We've got more. We've got quite a number of interviews also lined up for you. Very interesting ones, including the Divine Healers Church. So if you have a friend who attends Divine Healers, please tell him there's going to be an interview here. Very serious matter. We'll be right back.
There was heavy security presence at the headquarters of the Divine Healers Church as dozens of aggrieved members clad in red with various placards gathered to demand the immediate resignation of its general overseer, Apostle Isaac Mensah Adade. The members, who hit the streets to protest, visibly angry and frustrated, say Apostle Adade's 20 years leadership has been marked by autocracy and a troubling lack of transparency.
Look at our head office. Look at where our general overseer, Apostle Isaac Adade, this is his office. A church of 71 years that has about 1,000 assemblies all across Ghana. Look at our head office. And this man has been in power for 20 years and he's refusing to go. Where have we gone wrong? What sin have we committed? We are tired. Apostle Isaac Adade, we are tired.
Addressing the protest, head pastor of the Dowenya Light Hub Assembly and leader of the concerned youth of the Divine Healers Church, Pastor Philip Tete Tokoli, issued a 3-day ultimatum for the general overseer to step aside or face widespread shutdown of church operations.
Your stay in office is illegal. And your operations are not in the interest of your congregations. We give you 3 days, sir, to make a publication of your resignation. We give you 3 days. We will not let the rest of your days in your persistent hang-on to witness congregational unrest, the closure of key church meeting places, and the cease of monthly returns. It is time to leave.
According to other aggrieved members of the church, the general overseer's prolonged stay has not only stalled progress, but also severely damaged the reputation of the church.
I have seen leaders rise in this church. I would say he's the worst leader that we have gotten.
Why so?
Because we have lost a lot of potential people who can really contribute their quota and then their resources to the development of church before left the church.
He should leave because I've never seen any improvement. A district, for example, where I come from, there should be one. We don't have anything to our name, not even a bus for the district. It means everything comes to the head and nothing goes to us, the assemblies, even to talk of the district. So I believe he should go, and he should go now.
Anytime you ascribe come with a constitution or a legal document, everybody should be under that document. Nobody is supreme over that document. And what he's doing is illegality. Now there's no law and order in the church again. In the church was supposed to be a unity, a body of Christ that preaches Christ, salvation for the people. We are no longer preaching salvation because the salvation have to first preach to ourselves. There's division among ourselves, and that is not what the founder introduced us to.
As a church, we have a constitution. After you've exceeded your number of years, step down and let others also come with their vision. Because after these number of years, we've seen that a lot of things have not gone on well. We don't have a school, we don't have a hospital, we don't have any other things that the youth are benefiting from. So our cry is that we need a new leader with a new vision. That's right.
Though the news team tried to engage the leadership of the church, the attempt proved unsuccessful.
We called on the board of trustees to come and receive the petition. They told us that they will not be able to receive the petition. So from here, in whatever legitimate means we will use to make sure that the petition gets to them, we will do that.
As tensions continue to rise, the future of the Divine Healers Church remains uncertain, with the clock ticking on the protesters' ultimatum.
Well, so that's a rather unfortunate turnout of events at the Divine Healers Church. They are not pleased about a lot of things. The youth in the church believe that it is time for change. There is time to turn things around. They are not seeing marked improvement as compared to other churches. And so they gave an ultimatum. But we'll have a conversation this morning looking at the challenges in the Divine Healers Church and the need for Apostle Isaac Adade to resign. Why are they calling for his resignation? Why are they not resorting to prayers to say, let's pray and let God decide whatever it is? Well, I have Pastor Philip Tete Tokoli. You saw him earlier in that video, visibly unhappy about the things there. He is the head pastor at Dawenya Light Hub and leader of the Consent Youth of the Divine Healers Church. Osofo, welcome.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. It's such an honor to be on this platform, and I know you have viewers all across the world, and our church members really follow your programs a lot, because I've seen over the years that our conventions are covered by your team.
We do.
And so we are so happy to be here today to speak on some issues, really not the most delightful ones, but we have to speak about
This morning
them.
you were smiling, but at that protest, you were not smiling at all.
Well, it is... you really have to wear a smile. Even the slaves who were working on the plantations of Brazil and America, at a point in time, have to get some time to smile. You may not be happy with what is happening, but you don't have to die because things are not going your way. And I believe that the Lord has taught us that even in the midst of all the turmoils that we will go through, we should learn to look up to Him. So we are looking up to Him. On that day, we registered our protest. I think life must move. And so we are on, sir.
So talk to me.
Yeah.
What really is the issue here?
Okay. To put things in the right perspective, we want to look at what the Divine Healers Church is, because quite a number of people really don't know what the Divine Healers Church is. It is not one of the churches you call a white garment church or spiritual church. It's one of the very early Pentecostal churches that we saw in Ghana. And we want to say that at a time when Brother Lawson was around, everybody in Ghana looked up to him, especially for issues of healing, deliverance from all manner of oppression, and people who wanted teaching. He came up with a magazine that was writing and answering questions. I'm fortunate to read a couple of those magazines. And I've seen that this is somebody who answers a lot of doctrinal issues. He settled what the challenges are in our time. So if a church that came through Brother Lawson, I must quickly add, is not somebody who started a church because he felt like starting a church. It's not somebody who started a church because he had a beef with his pastor and probably was not happy with the way his pastor was running. But this is somebody who got his ministry start with the supernatural at the go. He was in the Anglican church and has to just pass a crusade, and then just as somebody who attended a crusade and got the influence of the Holy Ghost, his eyes were open to see a whole lot. And then the following year, he got the ministry start because what he was seeing was just beyond what one person can contain. Whilst working at the post office in Accra, people would line up waiting for him to come out of office and pray for them. And this is somebody who really was the talk of town. And so his ministry grew so quickly and it spread all over the coastal belts of Ghana. And that is how come you've seen most of our people being the Gandangwe communities all the way to the areas around Winneba. So I must say that this is a church that the youth seek to protect. It is not a church that it is what we are calling one-man church. No, it is a church that has been around for so many years. We have over 1,000 branches across the country, and we have
established structures.
Yes, seriously. And we've gone out of the country. We are in Benin, we are in Cameroon, Togo, we are in Ivory Coast, Guinea, we are in UK, we are in USA. So this is not a church that you want to just watch everything go down without structures working. Frankly, I must say that I don't think I've really answered your question directly, but I just want to put it in perspective that this is what put us out there, because we know our history. It's a very rich one, and unfortunately we don't even have a website to even put out our history for people to access it. We are not allowed to do that, and today it's one of the reasons why
when you say you're not allowed to do that,
unfortunately we are running a system that you need permit from the headquarters. You know, you cannot open a website in the name of the church without being permitted from the central headquarters.
But there's an administration at the headquarters.
There's an administration at the headquarters, and I should tell you there's kind of structure and the leadership that stares at us at the moment.
And so I'm asking again.
Yeah.
What are the challenges that warranted you as youth of the church not to say, let's pray about it, for instance. Let's fast about it, for instance. But let's go out there and let the whole world know that we are not happy with the system.
Great. So the challenges are so many, so many challenges. And we've done the prayers. Okay. We've done engagements. We didn't start. It's not that the church that started having challenges then ran onto the street. I must admit, all churches have challenges. There is no perfect institution. In my few years of ministry, I've come to see that we are not going to have a perfect one. So this is the situation we have on our hands. Mm-hmm. And for us in the Divine Healers Church, it's of a great concern to us. There are some of them we really want them to be addressed quickly. Okay. For example, not having a succession plan or somebody take over our succession plan. There's really a succession plan, but somebody has just seized everything. So if somebody has just brought everything to us,
there's a succession plan in terms of leadership of the church.
Yes, there is a succession plan. We have a constitution that spells out how somebody becomes a general overseer and how he lives. But for some time now, that thing that never seemed to be working, somebody just has placed a cease on it, and it's at his mercy. It's at his discretion.
So usually, I'm a member of the Assemblies of God Church.
That's right.
And I know that our general superintendent has a tenure.
That's
After
right.
that tenure, we go for meetings, there are elections, and then whether if he's up for re-election,
that's right,
that is done. If
that's right,
not, and he's done with his term, another one is elected.
That's right.
What's the structure for Divine Healers?
So in the Divine Healers Church, we have a similar structure. And, as Pentecostal churches, we all subscribe to GPCC. They require everybody to have a constitution.
Yes.
And if you have a constitution, then you are expected to go by it. It is meant, if you read even the introduction of our constitution, it tells you that for order and for just making sure that everything is done in a way that will be accepted by everyone, that is why we are coming up with this constitution. So we expect that anybody who becomes a leader in this church, just as I cannot preach what I like because I go and see it online or because I read it somewhere, you are expected to preach from our tenets of faith. You are also not expected to carry yourself the way you like because today you have become a leader. You are not expected to stop certain structures of the church from working because you are a leader. It is expected, in fact, it's imperative on every leader to use the dictates of our constitution to work.
Right.
That is when you come through a certain age requirement. You are expected to spend a number of years in office, and then you go. We really have that. So for our age of for you to get out of office, if you are serving as a serving minister of the Divine Healers Church, let me use the word retire. Yes, not to really get out of office, to retire. You are expected to retire at age 65.
Okay.
From the church. So if you come in at a much younger age, then you are expected to do 2 terms. First 5 years, and then the second term of office of 5 years.
So maximum 10.
Maximum 10.
Nobody. If you're old, then it's retirement.
Yeah. So if you come in at 60,
then
as he came around 59, 60, that's the period he came.
Okay.
And then it means that he is
after
only
5 years.
After 5 years, he has only.
After which
he has to go per the constitution. He has to go.
There has to be a change, right?
Because there's already something that happened in the church. We had the first time we had a court case, which was sometime in 2004, 2005. It was also because somebody who came in around 60, 61 did a term and wanted to extend the period. And then the issue went to court. And then it was finally, he resigned. Immediately the issue went to court, he resigned. Right. Because he realized, no, I can't put the church out there. So he resigned. And then we did the election. Then you came on. You did 5 years. And by the time your first term was over, you were supposed to go on retirement. Then we know all the things that happen in the system to make sure that there's a hang-on. And it is the situation that we have on our hands now.
And how long has he been in office currently?
So he's been in office for approximately 20 years.
2 decades?
That's right.
Wow.
Yeah.
And in those 2 decades, I listened to your colleagues who went on that protest.
Yeah.
It looks like you've not seen the development that the church should have attained at an age over 70 years.
That's true. You see, the Divine Healers Church and its church members, like many Christians in Ghana, are not immune to the challenges of Ghana.
True.
So the church must really help so that we are able to alleviate the situation, the suffering on our people. We hardly support our members in any in the apprenticeships, vocations. Scholarship schemes are not out there for our members to access. So if somebody approach a local pastor in one of the branches and looking for a scholarship, you can refer to any central headquarters scheme that is available for the person to access. You have to mobilize funds from the local level and support them. And you know, local level, the stress they go through, and they are not able to really do that. There's a lot that goes upstream. So you know, we are not seeing so much that is helping the youth of the church. Then, infrastructure-wise, frankly, you don't want to take your cameras around our church buildings because really, some of them are in very deplorable state. We are not happy. We see these things, and we see our compatriots. We see the churches that are of our age, and we know the kind of development projects they are doing. Let us not assume that we are building a kind of church that is different from them, so we don't have to come apart with the things they are doing. Development is development. Everybody likes it. It may be in Catholic, it may be in Presby, it may be in Divine Healers. Everybody wants development. So we want to see progress. We are not seeing that. Over the last 20 years, we've seen very little. We are not saying there is no progress at all. But there have been some progress. But we are saying that we are not up there. So that's why we think that we need to have leaders come in and go. New visions, new... You know, that whole thing, that whole drive, where a new person has come in. Look at what is happening in the case of the Church of Pentecost. Every time they get a new leader, then there is some new drive. Assemblies of God, as you have just mentioned, we are seeing what you are doing. We also want to see something as great as what we are reading and seeing online.
And so, in that quest, you say you have engaged. What came out of those engagements?
Beautiful. Thank you. So, our engagements as youth of the church, I think prior to these issues of our court case, everybody has been on the silent. Yes, because you don't want to be tagged as disrespectful. You don't want to be seen as a rebel because of the Christian community, you know, our upbringing. You just don't want to be seen as that kind of a person. You also know that it is wrong to speak against a leader in the open, some way. But honestly, you check in the scriptures, when leaders are wrong, they are called to order. But we kind of have the youth become people who kowtow to the norm. And so for all this while, we were watching and they're just expecting leaders to do the right thing, people who preach conscience to use it, so that they exemplify what they preach.
Right.
So we are all just looking up to the day when we are going to have our development from various spaces or initiatives that will be coming from up there. We were even believing God that there will be reforms that will begin to give more opportunity to young people in the church. So as we speak today, I must tell you that the issues we are even bringing up, there are so many internal ones that will never share out to the public. So it is just a tip of the iceberg that we are having leaders who are hanging on to power.
In your conversations with the leadership of the church,
yes,
what have they also been telling you?
One of the things, I thank you for bringing this back again. You start engaging from a certain level.
Yes.
We write to the board of trustees and require that we want to engage them, because the general overseer has been there for quite too long, and we would like him to resign. This is back about 2-3 years ago that we wrote to them. And then there have been engagement. They tell you, stop asking for him to resign. Let's go through the transition process so that it is done properly. Then we listen and go back. Then we write back to them and tell them, please, can we get the 1999 constitution of the church used? Because we see some maneuvering here and there, some orchestration to bring in some purported amendments into the whole thing. And then that is going to make people who are supposed to retire at 65 go to sometime 80 and more. And we were not ready to have that. So you engage them and they try to convince you to be on the low or keep your cool. And honestly, we've really shown a lot of respect to them. We have. We didn't just get up one day to run to the street. We spoke with them. We engaged all the people that matter. All our youth structures, we've had engagements with them. The people who took the issue to court the first time, we spoke with them. We condemned the court action. we really condemned the court action. When we saw the bad publicity that the church was getting, we were not happy with it. And so we were calling for in-house settlement. But we saw something that really took us out. There is a posture that we want to do this because we are in power, because we have yes, we are in leadership, and we want to do it. Yes. Sometimes you even hear some of the things that people will tell you that we will allow this case to linger on in court. People are ready to litigate. And we cannot face them in court and keep it litigating, because there are a lot of loopholes in the law and people want to exploit it. So we are not ready for that.
Right. And I'm listening to all that you're telling me, and I can tell from what you're saying that the youth of the church, who are supposed to be the backbone of the church,
that's right,
will succeed. The people who grow old and then are called to glory are very unhappy, to the extent that I heard from the tape we played, one lady say that you are losing members because of these things.
That's very sad. For most people who know me in the church, definitely know me with some peers.
Right.
When we were coming up and doing ministry, the church has a room for children's ministry. So from childhood, you are introduced to the things of ministry. So it will not be long for somebody who joined the Divine Healers Church to learn the art of preaching, evangelism, prayer, Bible study. You learn those things very early. And then you practice them. So some of these people become, can I use, for the lack of a better word, expert in some of these things.
Right.
So good at it. You want to keep them. You want to see them climb up the ladder. Some of them even accomplished professionals. For those people who even we go and mentor in universities and they are done with their first degree program and come home, then they want to run away. But they see the church as not fit for them and they want to go out of it. That is even why the church is trying to make some adjustment or some modifications to be able to accommodate those people. But you will see, year in, year out, we keep losing young people who could become pastors, young people who could serve at various national levels. We keep seeing a lot of people who are facing a lot of hurdles here and there. There's a lot of, you see that the road is just not clear for you. Right. So if you are somebody who is very active and you want to...
You don't see a clear path towards your growth.
Even the way to become a pastor sometimes is swallowed up in secrecy. So you don't even know.
Wow.
Yeah.
Quite disturbing. So after the protest, have you heard from the leadership of the church?
Beautiful question. One would expect that they will quickly call us.
Yeah.
Because we've engaged them. We engaged them before we went to the protest. They knew that we were going on the protest. They tried to use the police to stop us. Yes, they tried to do that, and several times. But you wanted to use the police to stop us, but you don't want to sit with us and let's talk. And we engaged the police. So this demonstration was supposed to happen sometime about a month ago. And then the police were putting a lot of frustrations on our way, and we couldn't. Yes. And then they go behind the scenes and make a lot of noise that they have stopped us. Please don't do that. Intimidation doesn't work. It doesn't work for anybody.
Are you not scared of victimization in the church?
It is already happening. It is already happening. But I'm a student of history, and I know that the suffragettes suffered a lot of victimization when they started this thing. But today they have voting rights for UK, US, and other places. So I know that one day we are going to become the people who are paved the way for the reformations that we are looking for. So the victimization has started. We are not really having it easy. Anybody who has showed up their face in the protest, a lot of them are getting calls from their pastors, their family, and everybody. So a whole lot is happening. But whether they will call us to sit down, guys, we don't want you to continue.
That is what you are looking for.
Exactly.
An engagement and then a way forward to reforms. That's all you're seeking.
That's all we're seeking. It is clear. We present everything that we are looking out for. We tell them that this is what we want. And what are we asking for? We are asking for the 1999 Constitution to be used. We are asking for election to be done quickly. Because right now, if you look at the kind of atmosphere around our local branches and the national leadership, when we meet, it's almost tense. The atmosphere is tense. No, everybody can see it. We can feel it. This is obvious. Everybody is seeing it. Yes. So we are just looking for leaders who will stand up and act right. I tell you, there's just a call from the General Overseer to us that will stop this protest. This protest. a call from the general overseer or NEB, we'll just stop it.
Wow.
They knew about it.
And that
they didn't do it.
Wow.
That should tell you the posture we are seeing. It is not right. It's not fair.
And for the body of Christ, we need to set examples.
You know, frankly, I'm much more worried about that because I read a lot of the comments that are coming. People feel the Divine Healers Church is not really putting out the right or protecting the image of the church. But I want to say this. Please, all Christians condemn wrongdoing out there.
Yes.
And we shouldn't accept wrongdoing in the church. When people are not using, President Mahama cannot change the laws all of a sudden and decide to run a third term. I know it will be very hard for him. Ghanaians will resist it. Yes. I don't want to meddle in politics or political party issues, but I know it will be very hard for him to make very unpopular decisions.
Because we have agreed as a nation, per the 1972 Constitution, that every president is entitled to 2 terms.
That's right.
A maximum.
So he's really going to struggle to have a third term if he wants to. But we have a case in church that Christians feel that nobody should talk about it. And we've just explained that we didn't run from homes, gather people, pour out on the street. It is now that our numbers are growing. If you check our platforms and the registration we did, the numbers are growing. We don't want to go out there. After issuing the 3-day ultimatum, one will expect that somebody will call, young man, can you come? Let's sit down. What do you want? 3 days? Why do you talk to your fathers that way? Why are you asking for 3 days? It is because we want an attention. What is the attention? Assure the young people that there's going to be election on so and so date. And somebody will say, look, there are issues happening, legal actions and all of that. Look, we are aware of all that is happening. We are aware. Nobody should let us begin to talk about some of these things because they are too childish, sorry for my word, amateurish to say. Some of the things, even before you go to the next, and the youth of today, please, have studied. There's some knowledge that is open to them. And they know how to get information. You don't go get people, excuse me, who can't stand in the witness box to go to court. They virtually cannot stand in the witness box to go to court. It won't work. And you think that we don't know what is happening?
Okay. Well, I'm sure that as it stands now, if anyone had any ambiguity surrounding why you went out, it's been cleared. You're not looking for a breakdown. All you want is an attention to have your concerns addressed.
That's right.
That has not come yet.
It has not come yet. And that's where I want to say this. GPCC needs to be a bit patient with the Divine Healers Church.
Because that's what I'm coming to. That what should be the way forward?
We need GPCC now. Because when this issue went to the courts some 2 years ago, they went in as a referee to help the situation. And it was taken out. We celebrated their coming in because we were looking forward to it. We have written petitions to GPCC asking them not to withdraw. But we are aware that they are having challenges with our leaders. And we know the kind of leaders we have. It's going to be tough. Please, GPCC, you need to be a bit patient with us. And please help us. Apostle Nyamiche, Dr. Anyenim Bwedu, I think they really have to help us. Seriously, because we can't continue litigating this. We know what has happened to some churches for a very long time.
Yes.
We thank God that we are still around. Despite whatever is happening, you see our convention so strong and all of that. We are just praying that those ones are not affected. We are praying that those things that keep us together, we continue doing them. But we don't want leadership to really suffer because when it is prolonged, you know what is going to happen. It is the ordinary Christian who come to church who is going to suffer. And you don't know when next your family member will be visiting the Divine Healers Church. So we need peace to be restored quickly.
Okay.
Yes.
And the leadership of the church must also engage.
That's right.
Okay.
That's right. That's right.
Pastor Philip Tete Tokoli is head pastor, Dowenya Light, leader of the Concerned Youth of the Divine Healers Church. And there's one thing I like about your church so much, the music.
That's right. we really have a very good, great music and a rich tradition. Yes, that we really want the world to know. What we are praying for is the atmosphere to bring out the great exploits of the church out there. Because you will also be known for your great Bible study. I've sat in your church, I've fellowship with them, and I know great Bible study lessons.
All the gospel.
And then you also know us for our crusades, our conventions, our great music,
and then the dancing to all of those
and the dancing and everything.
Tradition.
Look, we don't want to lose the beauty and the originality of the Divine Healers Church. We want it protected. So all these things we are doing is just a national leadership to give us a drive, give us an inspiration. What we want to see a brighter future, and then some developments
and protect the legacy of Brad Lawson
and protect that and protect that.
Thank you so much for your time this morning.
Can I have a last word, sir?
Yes, please, briefly.
I really want to make an appeal to the General Overseer of the Divine Healers Church. Sir, honestly, we are not people who are lawless. We are not people, you know us. We are not people that you don't know. You know us. We really appeal to you today. We want to use this opportunity to appeal to you. It is time to go, sir. We want to restore order in our local branches, in our district, in our regions. We want to go back for our youth conventions. We want to have these conferences again. We want to have everything that, by the grace of God, started happening when you came to office. We want to have them again. For now, everything is on hold. Sir, we want to pick up again. And it is a new election and a new general overseer that will see us make progress. We really appeal to you and to GPCC and everybody, please let's help. To the Board of Trustees, it is time to act. Let's protect this church for our families who are in the church and for yourself. We trust you for this. May the Lord help all of us. May the Lord see us go through this turmoil. I know it will end soon, but may it be very quick. Thank you, sir. Thank
Amen.
you. I really appreciate this opportunity. Thank you so much.
I'm grateful that you could make it, though.
Thank you.
Well, so that's it, talking about the Divine Healers Church. And if you've not looked them up, go and look them up. The way the conventions go, Charlie, Okombedo Christianity. But that's it, and we have more interviews for you on the show. It's May Day, so happy Workers' Day to all of you. We'll be right back after this break. Wondering what's cyber heist all about, and they seem quite excited about it. Is this something we should be excited about as well? Well, I have in studio this morning, GHOne novel. Lord have mercy, my mother will be so disappointed in me this morning. How are you doing?
Well, thank you.
You're doing well. Yes. So, are you able to pronounce this name to your friends? And what was the reaction when they hear your name for the first time?
Well, I think that over time, a lot of people have come to understand that we are using our indigenous names. So,
right.
A lot of people see me, Willinam, how are you? So I think they are used to it.
Interesting. And then Emperor Andy.
Yes.
Hail the Emperor. How are you doing this morning?
I'm good, my brother.
Fantastic. So talk to me about cyber heists. Is it what I'm thinking, or is something else?
Well, it is what you are thinking and what you are not yet thinking. Because you see, there is this thing. People are not able to appreciate data, numbers.
Right.
You can't tell a story looking at plenty numbers. But you see, the beautiful thing about theater is that we break down the numbers. One of the beautiful ways to put a story across is through the use of, I'm repeating it again, stories.
Mm-hmm.
People, stories resonate with people a lot. And so we have decided to, break down those jargons, the registers of the technicalities of the language into a drama series where you have people speaking Twi, Ga, Fante, so that when you are Ga, you are Fante. We can't speak all the languages, but we try to speak the dominant ones available to us so that everybody can relate with the issues, surrounding the digital space. Now, I realized again that recently there's been issues of people losing money when they have not even initiated processes to pay for anything. People are careless with their own data.
Right.
People like to go to cafes and sit there and, there's a free Wi-Fi. Let me join. Now, when you do that, you open yourselves to a lot of issues. There's SIM swapping. You are using your phone. You think you're the only person using a SIM. Somebody has a cloned version of your SIM somewhere, and they are doing business with it. You've heard of SIM box fraud.
Yes.
And so the issues are bound. As long as technology continues to evolve, unscrupulous people will also find, ingenious ways and means of also, evolving so that they counter, the vast changing technological field. And so this play is for everybody. It's for the market woman out there who sells through Momo. It's for the food vendor. It's for the hospital staff who receive funds through Momo when drugs are bought, and so on and so forth. So it affects every aspect of our lives. And so there's the need for us to use art as a conduit to, get people to buy into the idea that it could happen to you. It could happen to everybody. Recently, I think there was an issue in America where somebody was mistakenly added to a WhatsApp conversation about security issues.
Yes.
Now, we can sit here and look at it as, a normal issue, but it's not normal.
It's not normal.
It is a very serious issue. So these are some of the things that we should. So somebody says, it's my birthday. Every day is my birthday on Facebook. People's passwords are their birthdays. So if every day is your birthday and you're celebrating, somebody can put two and two together and decide that, no, let me use an algorithm and, see whether it's opaque before you realize they are in your space.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Now I'm getting scared. I mean, Andy, when the idea was promulgated, what made you say, I need to be a part of this?
Well, from the blast of the whistle, I realized that everybody is at risk. Every Tom, Dick, and Harry is at risk. So it's in my capacity, it's in my space as an actor to tell people's story, to educate others about the whole cyber system and the whole fact that everybody is at risk. You think even IT experts are at risk. They are at a greater risk because they have secure data where people will want to get it for other. Only God knows what they want to do with it. So I think, like I said, everybody is at risk. So it's in my space to use my talent to tell the world this is it.
So you are an actor in this play.
Yes.
And Kodjo Mensah, don't ask this question, but wait, I'll ask something different because I'm looking at it, cyber heist, and in my head, because I'm not too creative, the play is like 2 minutes in my head because I finished educating people in 3 minutes in my head. But then, how easy or difficult has it been for you as an actor trying to bring this, using your talent to bring this to the public eye?
Okay, so when I first got the script,
yes.
So it was in my head as to, okay, glory be to God, I haven't been attacked before. I haven't had that experience. So, okay, I have to put myself in various situations to understand the story better, and then I'll be able to act it out for who doesn't know to grasp what I'm trying to present. So I would say it's difficult because, one, you have to put yourself in the person's story. He who feels it knows it. I have not felt it.
Yes.
How would I know it? How do I tell that story?
Convincingly.
Exactly. So I would have to first understand the entire situation before I can tell the story. So yes, I had to learn bits and pieces here. Okay, so this is the situation when, let's say, person A got frauded. This is what went on. I have to understand it before I could tell the story. So yes, we had to read the entire script, try to get whatever situation in every scene that is portrayed, and then, we just did our thing.
Interesting. Well, talk to me about how long it took to put this together, because you're the director.
Yeah. So, luckily for us, this particular production is in partnership with FinTech Management Solutions, right? So there was an awards for companies within the FinTech space at the Labadi, and then we did a skit for them. And so I think that it is out of that skit that it has grown and blown out to be a full-blown drama now. And so that is how it started.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. And so now appetites have been whet because we are all at risk. Some way, somehow. I remember someone called me and told me, and I was kind of saying, oh no, I'm like, hey, who are you?
Exactly.
And then, interestingly, my mother got a call from someone similar, the same thing. So we are all at risk. And this is not just a drama, it is actually an educational forum.
Exactly.
So talk to me about when and how I can be a part of this.
Okay. So it is happening tomorrow.
Oh, Friday?
Yeah, Friday at the National Theatre of Ghana. Of nowhere else. Yeah, at 7 p.m. prompt.
Right.
Tickets can be bought at the gate, or you can buy the ticket through the
short code.
The short code available. You can also buy it by going to Ego Tickets /event/cyber heist to get tickets. Everybody should come. The school, we have a special discount for students.
Okay.
Yes, where they pay 70 cedis.
But you've not told me the ticket price.
Oh, forgive me. That's very important. For single, it's 150 cedis.
And then 280 for double.
A couple, yeah.
Yes, and then 70 cedis for students.
Yes,
exactly. With ID cards.
Yeah. Because some people's ID cards, I'm sure you have an ID card that has probably died 10 years ago. So basically, this is this is the bigger picture.
Right.
From here, we want to graduate to shooting series of it.
Okay.
In forms of movies and doing it in other languages that we have access to.
Then the Cyber Security Authority, the Ministry of Communications, should be looking in this direction.
Exactly.
We are in Ghana, but we have a few sponsors who have, come out of their own volition to support it. I'm sure that as time goes on, the noise will reach the powers that be, and they will understand that this is a national duty that everybody must, support. Otherwise, we realize that we are losing things. As we sit in Ghana as a country, do we have our own system where we safeguard our data? We are using third-party data. National Identification Authority. Do we own the data that we generate? These are questions that we have to ask ourselves in the long run. So this is just like a baby that will give birth to, an avalanche of issues in the future to come.
Andy, so talk to the young man, the young woman, the businessman, the young lady out there. Why should the person not spend Friday night, drinking somewhere and chilling into the weekend, but make it a point to be at the National Theatre?
Okay, so this is it. Like I said, everybody is at risk. You, me, every Tom, Dick, and Harry. Once we are using phones, we gather data, whatever we do, anybody from the banker to the market woman to even you journalists, everybody is at risk. You can gather data you want to use for your own thing, and then the next minute it's gone.
Yeah.
It can affect your life terribly. So please, I would want to entreat everybody to be at the National Theatre tomorrow at 6 p.m. 6 p.m.
Yeah.
Yes.
7 p.m.
7 p.m.
Yeah.
Sorry, that was a change.
So let them come at 6. They should come at 6.
Ghanaians. I know. It's a Ghanaian time. Yes. So I entreat everybody to be there to learn, most importantly, and then safeguard our data and our systems and whatever we work with.
So how many people are in this drama?
I think we have about 12 people in there.
Okay.
So it is basically a household, an office, and all these. A shop. All these people are affected one way or the other. People are excited when they hear that. Oh, this guy has 120K likes. He says he's this. She says he's that. And so she says we should pay this money. Then probably they will do something and then double it. Everybody falls prey. QNet, we've heard of QNet, we've heard of, the olden days when technology wasn't there. What's the name? It's a pyramid scheme. It has evolved. So we also need to evolve and counter these issues that are.
Okay. Yeah. I want to give you the opportunity to tell me exactly the ticket, the short code that people can actually get on, because everybody's on this
it's star 713 star 33 star 092 hash.
Okay, take it again for me.
Star 713 star 33 star 092 hash.
Okay, so final words, gentlemen. Why? Final words. Your final words to the people.
Well, theater is a very powerful medium. It is the only medium that seems to cut across every field. It is only in that space that I can become a doctor, you can become an engineer.
Yeah.
But you see, we learn, we unlearn, and we relearn through that space. And so I entreat all of you to come, learn and safeguard your data, save your money. The students out there, save your pocket money. The bankers out there, save their money, people's money in your bank. So we are entreating all and sundry to buy into our idea and make Ghana a better one for us all. Thank you.
Andy?
Yes, so like the VK said, we entreat all of you to be there at the National Theatre tomorrow so we can learn and unlearn, and please, we can make Ghana a better place.
Right. Someone just said the short code is not short. But it's a code.
It's a code.
Well, so gentlemen, thank you so much.
Thank you.
So tomorrow at 6 p.m., we are all invited to the National Theatre. It's Cyber Heist. We are going to experience exactly how to protect ourselves from falling prey to these people who've decided that they will not go and work like the way we are suffering. Their work is to make sure that they tap into what we have saved. Your hard-earned cash gone. So please make it a date. It's Cyber Heist, National Theatre, 6 p.m. on Friday. That's the best way to ease into the weekend, learn into the weekend, and have a wonderful night. So Wallingham, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Emperor Andy, thank you so much for coming. And we'll see ourselves there on Friday. So it's a date on Friday. All right, so that's it for the lifestyle segment. This is still GA Today here on GHOne Television. We are back with more. Stick and stay.
Cyber Heist. Cyber Heist. Cyber Heist. Cyber Heist.
Cyber Heist.
Cyber Heist.
Cyber Heist. Cyber Heist.
Yo, Ghana. Are you ready for the biggest street music festival live in Accra at the Independence Square, 9th May 2025 from 8 p.m. till you can't dance anymore, featuring the biggest names in Ghanaian music?
Stoneboy, and them go get him. Ifya, Sina So.
Ably supported by legends in our music industry, sensational DJs and MCs to keep your nights buzzing, and surprises with international artists you won't see coming. Tickets offline. Grab yours now by dialing star 714 star 11 star 42 hash. Who Talk Music Festival, powered by Virtual Hub, streamed across the globe by Step North Media. Media partners: GHOne, Star FM, Kasapa FM, and Agol TV.
GHOne TV gets to celebrate mothers in an unforgettable experience. It's a special Mother's Day right here on GHOne TV with mothers who are living with children with special needs and also have the strength to run a business for the survival of the family. Join us as we celebrate selected best mothers this May on Sunday 11th at 4:30 p.m. Let's celebrate these mothers with zeal in a spectacular way. It's going to be a moment of mixed feelings, joy, emotionally driven celebration. Mother's Day celebration. Moments you don't want to miss here on GHOne TV. We are proudly sponsored by Sankofa, OCM, T-Lay, Flora Kids, Accra City Hotel, Rapid Link Microfinance, Oka Decor, Dampo Healthcare.
May is Workers' Day. Happy Workers' Day to every single worker here in Ghana, including especially the staff here at EIB Network. You guys defy all odds to do magic every single day. So happy Workers' Day to all of us here. And today is also a very beautiful day for the beautiful people born in the special month of May. So if today is your birthday, the 1st of May, happy birthday to you. And this one says, happy birthday, Mr. Joseph Kofi Sosa. May God continue to bless you with strength, peace and joy. Your life is a gift to a family. We thank God every day for you, your love, your wisdom and your unwavering spirit. Enjoy your day from your wife and children. They say they love you, Mr. Joseph Kofi Sosa. You see, I told you something about Mayborns. They are just different. We are different. Glorious happy birthday to Suzette Irekia Hansen, the CEO of Beauty by Zeti. May your day be as lovely as you are, filled with laughter, love, and all your favorite things. Here's to another year of adventures, dreams coming true, and making unforgettable memories. You deserve all the happiness in the world, and we are honored to celebrate you on your special day. And it's from your best friend at Santoa, management and staff of Beauty by Zeti at Ablekuma SDA. Enjoy your day, ma'am. Cheers to you. Happy birthday to you, Suzette. Happy birthday to Eugene Ekufo. Wishing you long life and may the good Lord continue to bless you. Happy birthday to you, Mr. Eugene Ekufo. Have a wonderful one today, sir. And this one is to the dancing prophet. You know, when you come to my church and you see this guy dancing, you wonder what kind of job he does. Mr. Charles Saber, happy birthday to you, my brother. A man whose heart beats for God. God bless you abundantly and cause you to prosper on every side. And this is from me, my family, from your lovely wife, Mrs. Saber, and from the entire Berea Believers Chapel Assemblies of God Church to you. We appreciate you so much, Charles. Keep being the wonderful person that you are. Happy birthday, sir. Happy, glorious birthday to the wonderful Bishop Sandako. Bishop, we love you so much and thank God for your life. You've been there for us through the good and the bad times, and we are grateful. Enjoy the blessings of the day, sir. Love you plenty. And it's from the Aquas. They say happy birthday to you, Bishop. And so that's it for the birthdays. If it's your birthday today, the 1st of May, happy birthday to you. God bless you and prosper you on every side. We are praying for God's blessings on everything that you do. May it flourish in this beautiful month of May and beyond. But now we leave you with that interview, part 2 of the engagement between Sewa Mihia and the former national chairman of the NPP, Freddie Blay, talking about quite a number of issues surrounding what is happening in the NPP, John Mohammed's administration, Galamsey, and more. Stick and stay.
Back to the show. This is GH Today. I am Sewami here. On Hard Talk, we've been talking to Frederick Wasimewu Blay, popularly known as Freddie Blay, who is former chairman of the NPP, national chairman of the NPP. We've been talking about what happened with the NPP in the 2024 elections. And yes, you've missed a lot. But, Mr. Blay, moving on to 2028, putting the party together for the 2028 elections, let's talk about the caliber of people that should lead the party. Does Dr. Bawumia still have your support?
Has who?
Your support.
Personal support?
Yes.
I don't want to tell you all this.
Why?
Because I'm part of the leadership of this, and I prefer to be a bit silent on the matter. Maybe outside this one, I could confirm it to you. But our emphasis is on unity. We don't want people to be divided too much, too early, behind individuals and ignore the party unity, which is extremely important now. So it is better rather to ensure that which institution, which organ within the party that we must strengthen. What should we do with the media, which almost at loggerheads with us? What should we do with social media that played a significant role, in some cases for agitation and propaganda against us? What do we do so that we can counter it?
Mr. Blay, in the past, you were vocal about your support for him.
Do you want me to be very honest with you?
Yes.
Straight? My support hasn't changed. Please. But that doesn't mean that if you go for any congress and people or conference, and the party decide that it's not going to be that, I want to cry.
But as a former national chairman and with all the experience you have in politics, who do you think will be the best person to lead the party in the 2028
That's what I'm saying. This is too early to
Mr.
talk
Blake,
about.
I'm just asking you.
You've asked me, I've answered, and you are still answering me.
Who do you think will be the best
Asking
person?
me questions.
You
I'm
haven't
saying,
answered that one.
Please, if the party decide that such an individual should lead us, it is my duty, my responsibility to rally round and support. Because
Absolutely, I agree with that.
Personal opinion. It's like asking the Electoral Commission, whom does he vote for?
Well, thankfully, you're not the Electoral Commissioner.
Fortunately. And I'm saying we have, as a matter of principle, the leadership should, as much as possible, refrain from coming out to say, I support this one, I support that one. It's better we go along with what the ordinary people will say. And I want to assure you, Sawa, I'm not playing games with you. I'm saying, if the party decide on anyone, me, I will campaign, I will advocate, I will do what is expected of me in favor of that individual.
But for clarity, you still support Dr. Bawumia.
I have answered that question. Don't go back to it.
No, but I just want to be clear. He still has your support.
I'm saying that I have not changed my opinion on Dr. Bawumia. I did tell you that.
All right. Okay. Thank you very much for that clarity. But do you think, from where you sit, that Akufo-Addo still supports Dr. Bawumia?
How do I know? Please, you directed your question at the wrong person. I'm not, whereas I don't see, I have not met former president, my boss, to discuss this matter with. So I would prefer maybe you ask, if you have the opportunity, which you should, go and ask.
The flag bearer, the former flag bearer, says he doesn't believe that religion played a role in his defeat or in the defeat of the party.
Neither do I believe so. As a person, I don't believe that it's Christians as well as Muslims. To me, that's even what encourages me, saying that, look, it's mainly the economic decisions, the policies which we pushed and pushed hard might have resulted in it. Not, this country does not vote based on religion. Some individual small groups want to make it look like as if those who voted whether to vote for a Christian or whether to vote for a Muslim and so. So I agree with him on that point.
I've been speaking to a couple of your party supporters, you know, by virtue of the party members, by virtue of the work that I do. Some say that the party leadership in its entirety failed them. Do you think so?
I disagree with them. What do I say so? I've been part of leadership before and maybe involved in 2 elections, which, thank God, we all succeeded. Do I say that I played a significant role or I was carrying the party on my head? No. We all played a role. Earlier, when we've asked that question, I've told you that we take responsibility together, collective responsibility. If you say that it's party leadership did not go and vote or did not go and campaign at a constituency or at a polling station where people did not turn up to become agents, it's a whole lot of reasons that have added. But I don't want to make it look like as if it's only the chairman, the general secretary, and others who should suffer some kind of punishment or be held blameable for what has happened to them. We take the blame together, collectively, all of us.
But party leadership is responsible for mobilization.
Yes,
some say you did a pretty good job when you were national chairman.
I don't want to be singled out and make it look like we did a good job. Maybe the others who came also did even better. Maybe we wouldn't know. But as I said, success has many friends. When you fail, you are an orphan.
Should Stephen and team contest again?
Why should I say? You should decide. You should decide. I don't know. I don't want to.
Do you think he did a good job as a chairman?
He didn't do a bad job, from my perspective.
Okay. Still on mobilizing the party for the 2028 elections, I asked you who should be leading the party. You refused to talk about the presidential one. At least we have a clear idea that you still support Dr. Bawumia. What about national chairmanship? Who do you think will be the best fit?
That's even worse. It's not fair to me.
Okay, but certain names have come up.
No, I don't want.
We've heard Chairman Wunsumi's name. We have heard Oseche Mensah Bonsu.
Sawa, you are interviewing me here, and your audience and people who are watching you have so much confidence in what comes out from your interview. I will plead that the First Amendment, let me not say anything that will not help my party, nor help even your own interview.
Okay, so at least for national chairmanship, you don't want to speak on it. What about general secretary?
Same.
We are told John Boadu wants to come back as general secretary.
I don't know who are coming out at the moment. Nobody
if he did, would you support his candidature?
I don't want to say anything about it.
Why?
Now. As I said, I will wait. I don't want to. Indeed, you press me very hard on.
Do you know how many people want to know who you support? So many of them.
I don't have an idea, and I don't want to say it
I'm
now.
telling you.
Well,
that's why we are interviewing you.
It's unfortunate, but I don't want to say it at this interview that I support this one, I don't support that one. I think it's not very good for leadership.
Would you contest again yourself?
Me, myself. If you be my campaign manager.
Are you interested?
No, I'm not interested. There's nothing to prove again. What am I going to prove? It may be disastrous. I left when the applause.
All right. I mean, you don't want party leadership to be blamed, but I'm sure that you are very much aware about complaints that 4 months after the election, party members are being owed. That's certainly a leadership
Party
problem.
members are being what?
Owed, for which reason Kennedy Japan had to donate some money for the payment of such persons, I think $1 million Ghana cedis. That is a leadership problem, is it not?
So that's a very interesting question to ask. For all the questions that you asked me this evening, it's a question of how do you support a party? How do you make sure that the party is not in the hands of only money makers or big money men or money bags? That has been a perennial problem. Even in our time it was. You don't leave the party financing or funding to only a couple of people. Sometimes it happens that way, unfortunately. But this country, this is one of our biggest problems. Those who have deep pockets tend to control the party. It's unfortunate. We need to do something about it. But for both MPP and NDC, the two big parties in this country, we definitely need to organize ourselves in such a way that our party will continue to be funded or financed over time. It's interesting that a party which was in power 4 months ago, 2-3 months, experiencing difficulty. That shows that the party itself did not accumulate funds.
Well, what happens to the dues?
The dues people sometimes tend not to pay. We've been trying various ways.
Did you forget to collect them because you were in power?
No, before then and after, during our time, we're making sure we try to force that people. But rather, even when we are going on, let's say, conferences, and at meetings, they expect the party to fund it. We have not come out in a very appropriate, neat, and transparent way of managing. This is built up. It's built headquarters. So 20 million headquarters. You should ask, where did they get the money from? But be it as it may, here is a party that has come out of power within only 3 months. There's no money, except you see the people who rather put the money in their pocket rather than bringing it to the party to help. But there was a problem with that. We've always encountered that kind of problem. I do remember that when I was a member of parliament, we brought it up, an application that we should have some of the parties funded. But Asama then was the Attorney General and Minister both Minister of Foreign Affairs and Attorney. He did say no, they wouldn't agree. Maybe when we also came into power, that time, later, some people said no, they were not enthusiastic. They didn't know there would be a rainy day. If we have to make sure our parties don't engage in activities that cannot be defended, we must find a way, transparent, open way of ensuring that the parties are taken care of. It will help the democracy of this country.
Okay. There have also been general calls, well, at least I've seen two, asking for general amnesty for persons who were suspended in the party or even expelled from the party. The Member of Parliament for Kaikui Central has spoken on it on our platform. Kennedy Japan as well mentioned people who were suspended during a focus time, during Alan's time, to be granted amnesty. Where do you stand on that?
It's not a question of granting them. Somebody who has been in prison and you grant him amnesty to come. If you are saying people should come, some people may not even be prepared to come. They form their own parties. Others have joined some other party who were members of our party before then. Are you asking them that they should leave the party that they've now belonged to?
That is not for you to worry about. But as a member of the party,
what I'm saying is,
would you agree to that? You subscribe to that?
I'm not against once in a while giving total amnesty for people who one way or the other has offended the party and the party has exercised the whip too. But we should not go about it in such a way that it becomes the practice rather than the abnormal way of going about it. Sure, if you go against the party today and you are punished, the next day you say we are giving amnesty, come. You make nonsense out of that. But whatever it is, there is a proverb that Samafumpo Piohondodo. So we need a lot of people to come and join the party, but not to come in and spoil it. Those who want to come and be enthusiastic and show remorse and contrition of whatever they did against the party, unless they insist that they've done that wrong. The party was wrong in taking decisions against them. That, I believe, it could be debated.
Okay. I want us to spend a few minutes to talk about Chairman Afoko. Do you agree to those who say that he wasn't treated fairly?
You know what? After Afoko was out, I came
to
take over.
Was it difficult?
I won't sit in front of you and then say the party decided wrongly, or say Afoko was right. I think that would not be very fair. And I wish you could spare me any opinion on what happened to Afoko and what people are talking of now.
Okay. You're still watching GH today. If you joined us, just joined us, I've been talking to the former national chairman of the NPP, Mr. Frederick Wasimewu Blay. You know, even before we get into the next section of the conversation, which is on national issues, I always meant to ask you, Wasimewu, why that name? Why are you called Wasimewu?
Well, it's a grand uncle or relative that had the name Wasimewu. He was in some part of Prestia, involved in this, what maybe now they be called as Galamsey, or gold smith. And then something happened and they sent a telegram back home then. And the telegram was that is expired, or has passed or something like that. So I think it was wrongly done. So they had a funeral for him. And then in the course of the funeral, he appeared. People started running away. It was for Freddie Blay. Blay Wasimewu. So Blay Wasimewu. Blay Wasimewu. So it stuck. And it became part of our family names, Blay Wasimewu. And I happen to have had that name. I love it.
But is that probably why there have been a lot of rumors that you passed? Would you attribute that to it?
I don't think so. Some people who are doing that are doing it out of mere mischief.
Right.
I think for their own purposes. And as I said, they better desist from it. Because it's not only me now they've done that. Because me, it's happened a couple of times.
True.
But now, they've done that to Kanoforiata, they've done that even into the MP for this area. Is it?
Which area?
It's an actor who will become and a minister now, deputy minister of some sort.
John Dumelo.
Dumelo. They've also written about him that he's gone. And they've done that with people like even John Ajakumkufo, president. They've done that. So people, even the woman, the vice president, sitting vice president, there have been rumors that he's gone and people don't want to say it. So such vicious, very bad and mischievous will continue because under blocks and many other people who don't care much about what is appropriate. They only care about the money they are making. It's unfortunate. But I believe and I hope one day they will find a solution to that.
Okay, let's talk about national issues now.
I thought we've been doing that all the past.
Well, we're talking about the NPP. Now we're going to talk generally about national issues. One of the main issues that came up in the run-up to the 2024 elections against your party and the government at the time was our fight against Galamsey. And it was also one of the topical areas that the NDC then campaigned on. There were demonstrations that were held. Now, it's been a little over 100 days since President Mahama became president and took office. How would you rate his fight against Galamsey?
Well, I was not expecting magic. I wasn't expecting anything that would sound like, as I said, magic, that it would, with a swing of an arm, there will be a solution to. I've argued before that Galamsey is a little bit complicated. It's a bit more complicated than some people view it to be, particularly those of us in Accra. That at the moment, gold, particularly from small scale and Galamsey sources, helped to shove up the economy to the extent of about 42%. Gold is almost surpassed cocoa as the mainstay of the economy. And various means, the only way it comes in mainly, apart from the long shaft gold mining companies like BNE and Takwa and Ashanti Goldfields and Co. A lot of them are from ordinary galamsees and small-scale miners. So it's presented, though it's a very good thing, though it's a resource, it's a curse almost, a curse resource. It's not been only with Ghana. It's been with the Chileans, it's been with other places that has happened. So I don't believe, and I didn't believe for a moment, that we could by that and solve it. Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo, the president of our party, the past, before then, for 8 years, we have been at cabinet. He said that he's ready to do everything, stop importation of heavy machinery, everything else to fight them. And I believe it was genuine. Unfortunately, people looked at it from a different angle. And we've not been able. The only solution that they have come out with, that Baumia came out with, we should sanitize it. If you can't beat them, join them. But find a way of doing it so that we don't mess our waters and co. People dismissed it and said they will fight it, Galamsey, their own way. So far as I'm concerned, I'm not saying that they failed. I didn't think that they would succeed. So if, for what they said, people are condemning them for what's not happening now, it's unfortunate. But so I want to be honest with you that there are very little that this government can do towards solving the way they are going, solving Galamsey.
Are you saying that because your party and government couldn't solve it?
I'm saying it's not our party of government. Previous parties, NDC, including our party, because gold mining is not today. I remember when I was a young man, it was a conference I attended in 1979, addressed by then the president. His utterance, his statement was that this country is sitting on a bed of gold. It is for us to harness it and then exploit it. But the way to go about it is the problem, because it's not something that you have to build, come with big machines and co. Even behind your house with holes and water and co, you can try to look for gold, and you may end up destroying the houses and co. And more so this time around, our water resources and forestry. Foreigners are even coming in. Because if you have gold, it's like sugar inviting ants. It will happen. So all you've got to do is to find a very good way of managing it. Those who say they want to stop it, particularly this government who said that it will stop it when it comes to power, I knew that it's literally impossible. I come from a gold area. I come from Western region. Gold is abundant. Galamsey has come out with the gold. So it's not going to be easy. But if they can, hooray, we are saved. Resources and water bodies will be saved. But if they don't, they must face the music then.
What then do you think will be the best thing to do to fight Galamsey? You have a wealth of knowledge in that area.
We need to sanitize it, make it more difficult.
Why didn't you do it when you were in government?
We were trying to. In fact, at some stage,
for a party that promised, or for a president that promised to put his presidency on the line, you were trying to fight it.
The solutions, people were prescribing solutions. Some were saying, let the army go in, give them goggles for the night, because the people come there in the night to do that. Give them goggles, night goggles. Put the soldiers there and the police, and stop, as I told you, stop importation of what is those things that they used to dig the gold?
Excavators.
Excavators and champagne, and anybody somewhere around will have champagne, seize it, burn it. Don't allow foreigners to come in. We tried it several times. We discussed it. The water that people now were making noise about it, it has been brought even in cabinet. I remember Professor Patton came out to say, this is the water, they are spoiling our matter. Mr. President decided that everything that could be done should be done to stop it. But I'm saying the spirit may be willing, but the body and the idea of gold, when people can dig, as I told you, behind their house and look for gold. If you are not convinced, your children may do it and spoil your house. So it's not easy. The only way to sanitize it, make it more difficult, going by the rivers, touching the forest, and being very hard in terms of punishment for those who don't obey some of these rules. And therefore, training them as well, those who are involved in it, the way to go about it. But even then, it's difficult. Some people, no matter what, you train them to grow trees, they will go back, they won't do it. So we have a problem, and the problem needs all of us to talk about it. Those who used it, unfortunately, for elections and propaganda, they've realized that it was not the best thing. They face it. But it doesn't matter. Let's forgive them. Let's all come together and ensure that our environment is saved. But without shutting the door for those who are involved in also winning what God has given them on their own land.
All right. You're still watching GH Today here on GHOne TV. It's been hard talk. I've been talking with Freddie Blay. He's former national chairman of the NPP. In about 10 minutes, I'll be wrapping up the conversation. But there's a lot that has been happening this past week. The suspension of the CJ. What do you make of it?
Well, I think it's unfortunate. As a lawyer, I look at it and I feel very hurt. And I believe that some of us panic over it, you know. Of course, I won't say that even a president, when he needs to be impeached, why not? It's painful. But maybe we have to go the way if he's done something like a president going to commit murder in his own house, or doing something that is heinous, and we need to go through the process of impeaching him. People will have to do that. In the same way, I'll talk about the CJ, Chief Justice, the head of the judiciary, one of the organs, very important organ of government. If it does something very wrong, it's a disappointment that we should all be sorry for that. Why should such a person get to that state? Because that's why we should try to make them comfortable. That's why we should protect them. That's why we should go through a rigmarole, hard process of coming out with a CJ. Fortunately, this country, it's not by some places in America, they sometimes even elect people to go to the judiciary. Fortunately, this is not what we do. Ours is like the British system. Me, as a trained lawyer for over 40 years, my heart bleeds looking at what has come out, the reasons why. People are making a move, and indeed, the Chief Justice has been suspended. As a lawyer, and I'm not talking as a party man or somebody whose party at the time brought in the Chief Justice. I have known the Chief Justice that is extremely apolitical. And I'm being honest with you. Known him as a lawyer at the bar and on the bench. It's extremely apolitical. Now, what are the reasons so far have been provided for? I've read through the 3 petitions. I wanted to make sure that, look, from my own perspective, as an ordinary man, and maybe as a lawyer even, I'm appalled. I feel very sorry that we are destabilizing the judiciary. If you do, the judiciary breaks down. Individual judges begin to do things. Some of them are rogue elements. They will misbehave. If you don't have a very strong person at the top ensuring that what judges are doing is the right thing and taking strong measures to contain it. The 3 petitions, unless there are other reasons that they've kept from the public have not had opportunity or privilege of seeing through. But if these are the reasons that have been used, I feel very, very disappointed that we've gone ahead to, as it were, suspend the Chief Justice while they go through with this. I'm even alarmed when I'm told that out of 31, 30 members of the National Council of State, I'm told, I don't know how far that is true, but if it's so, I feel very disappointed.
You're told that? That out of the 30...
Sami Jemfi on the on one of these interviews like I'm having has come out to say that, yes, he said it on authority. 30 out of 31 members of the Council of State agreed that it should be suspended. I'm alarmed. If these are the reasons why they are doing so, I want to say that we are in trouble.
But you're a lawyer. The other lawyers who argued that the president is following due procedure in Article 146.
You know what? Some are saying that the president is following due procedure. I agree. The president has no other choice but to follow due procedure. But I want to remind you, and I want people who are listening to us to say that the president is not a conveyor belt. Rubbish in, rubbish out. That's not what happens. Look at it. Prima facie, if he thinks it's worth the paper it's written on before he puts it. Does the president think that it's worth? Or he says, I have nothing to do with it. Once there will be 30, any chief justice that come into this country, there could be 30 petitions. So what the president will sit down is, yes, go. Yes, go. Any petition that comes. Lawyers write petitions for their clients for sometimes very, very, very reasonable reasons. It's for the judge to say, the chief justice also to say, no, let's forget it. I won't look at it. Why do you even bring such a case to me? For the president, for any people to argue.
Was it not the same petition that you talk about that caused the removal of Charlotte Osei?
Madam, I think you are mixing apples with oranges.
Why?
What I'm saying is that Charlotte is not a chief justice. Charlotte is not a head of 3 organs, the organs of government. The parliament, judiciary, and the executive.
So because she is the chief justice, we should make an exception for her?
Let me finish. Different rules for engaging such a thing, particularly when they come out. Members of the people you are dealing with say that you misappropriated this, you've misappropriated huge sums of money which has been misappropriated and is brought by a set up to go into it. I am not saying that because of what happened in Charlotte Osei matter, so it should happen in judiciary. It should happen with the chief justice. Is that what you are saying? That it should happen with the speaker. It should happen with the president himself. When somebody says that the president, I wanted money for food in my house because I don't have money, and the president didn't give up, write a petition that parliamentarians should sign it. I want the president out. Is that what we are up to?
The president is not a conveyor belt, you said.
Governance, it's a very serious business. If you are not careful, you do that, you destabilize this country for all of us.
But you remember that President Akufo-Addo said at the time when petitions were brought against Charlotte Osei that he was just the conveyor belt?
I've never heard that. He didn't say he was conveyor belt. He didn't say so. And I've never heard it. You are telling me. Well, but I'm saying the president is not a conveyor belt. Rubbish in, rubbish out. But if the president said that, I'm giving an example. Somebody
but isn't that what the committee will be investigating the matter? The suspension isn't sacking, is it?
I agree with you. I agree with you, fortunately. But I'm saying, even the step of saying should be suspended, that there is a prima facie case, bleeds my heart. I'm saying as a lawyer, I'm not the worst lawyer you can come across, madam. I agree with almost.
But the Constitution makes provision for suspension pending what the committee says.
No, you're emphasizing what the committee says. I'm saying even to go on to the extent of saying that there's a prima facie case. Mr. President, I'm sorry. History will not be very fair with you.
Do you
as a lawyer,
okay.
I'm sorry that the profession that some of us have been used to and the respect that we have, the rules and reasoning and logic and many other things that we think this is frivolous, this is that. We're throwing it into God. If you are not careful, you make that position a target of football.
Do you expect her to return? Do you believe that she could be called back after the committee's work?
I don't want to hazard a guess.
Okay.
It's a pity. I'm sorry that it's even come to this state. But if that is what President, a very good friend, President John Mahama says, I feel sorry because I've always respected him, friends in the parliament and co. That even when things are happening in such a way, I always call him aside and say, let's do it this way, please. When he was on the other side even, I said, no, please. If people have no hope, let's do it this way. He was almost always the reasonable ear.
Will a future NPP government take note of what is happening?
We are taking note now. Why not? It will not be swept under the carpet. It's definitely in the memory of the elephant.
Why are members of the NPP defending the Chief Justice?
I'm saying that you are talking politics now. When you ask me, I talk to you as a lawyer.
Exactly, I know that, but I have seen press statements and press conferences by some
that's
members
what
of the
happened
party.
in this country. Immediately a matter is taken over from one side so vehemently, not made look like as if it's a simple matter. Politics are drawn.
Because there have been allegations of bias, favoring the NPP from the judiciary. I'm sure that you have heard those.
I wish you can cite example. There hadn't been, so far as I'm concerned, there have been quite a number of cases, particularly in the Supreme Court. Mind you, in the Supreme Court, only a few cases come. In fact, out of the, let's say, 100 cases that come, less than 1 or 2 before the Supreme Court are political in nature, or brought up by a political grouping, pro or against the two parties. 1 or 2. So it's 1 or 2 out of 4 or 5 years. Decision be taken, and it goes not in your favor, and you say that because you've taken a decision. Even that argument, unfortunately, is so bad that they want to make it look like as if the judges of the Supreme Court, the justices of the Supreme Court, 5 or 7 or 13 or 14, take a decision. It means it's the Chief Justice who have taken it. And for that matter, it is pro or against one side of the aisle. It's a pity. I wish I don't want to go there. If we do so, we mess up our judicial system.
But there's the Speaker versus the Supreme Court saga. It's one of the things that have come up strongly.
The Speaker?
Versus the Supreme Court issue on vacant seats and all that. You follow the matter closely. I'm very much aware.
Which one?
When the Speaker had to make a ruling on which seats were vacant, which had to go to court.
Me, I made a lot of interviews on that, even before the thing ended up in the Supreme Court. And I did say, and I still stand by it, that was wrong. That it is not in the best interest of members of Parliament that we should leave the membership duration of his term under pleasure of the chairman of the party. It's not good. It's not the party that choose people. He has to go on party's ticket. But it is not a president or even chairman of a party who should say that this man is no more part of my party and therefore get him out of Parliament. It's a very bad. It goes against democracy and independence of the members of the party. People come out and say that Parliament should not be a rubber stamp. Parliament, individual members should have that. That's why we even have voting in secrecy. Do you understand me? Mm-hmm. That is to protect the independence of members of Parliament. It shouldn't be that a chairman of a party can say, get out. Then he writes to the Speaker, you sack this man from our party, so get him out of Parliament. I did speak against it. And the 5 judges also agreed when the matter was brought before court. That doesn't mean that because of that decision, it's a pro-MPP or it's against NDC. It protects party members now and for the future.
Okay. Just before we go, I want to know how far with your case against Oral and Kodjo Ablakwa.
I don't have a case against Oral. Oral has not come back to us. Kodjo made some remarks against my person, my children, and we issued a writ against him in our individual capacity. The matter is still pending in court. We hope the wheels of justice run slowly, but we hope sooner than later it will come up and you hear about that.
Okay. What about Daily Guide? How's Daily Guide doing? We have been told that there have been mass resignations from the
No, there hadn't been mass resignation.
From which your editor has also resigned.
Which editor are you talking about?
I think Fortune?
No, Fortune stopped being editor for a long time. I just remember. And we've restructured Daily Guide. You know, the newspaper industry itself is going through crisis. A lot of, because of the social media and individuals who they themselves constitute what you can read around. And therefore, you need to station yourself properly. Position yourself in such a way that you can survive. Newspaper industry from Graphic, Ghanaian Times, and many other going through crisis. We are not living in isolation. So we are trying to keep our heads above water. Therefore, certain decisions have been taken, but no mass resignation at all.
Thank you very much for speaking with us. Frederick Wasimewu Blay, popularly known as Freddie Blay, former national chairman of the NPP, former first deputy speaker under the Fourth Parliament, former GNPC chairman, and it goes on, and a legal practitioner as well. Thank you so much for coming on the show.
You're welcome. Thank you also, Sawa Amiye. I thought it should be my relative. The name Amiye is part of my family house name. So I will examine it very well, find out.
Thank you so much. Stay with us. There's more after the break.